Brittany Renner and Denise Garcia debate Michael Porter Jr. on dating, monogamy, and religion. The main discussion that we are going to cover here is a point that actually Brittany Renner made. And she's debating Michael Porter Jr., who is an American professional NBA player. And the interesting fact here is that both of these chicks happen to have both been on Basketball Wives. And what happens in this conversation is both these chicks get to basically venting about their frustration with being tainted or viewed as gold diggers or some type of negativity attached to them being impregnated by an NBA star. And Brittany Renner pushes back and she says men think that they have this power to forever taint a woman just because they slept with her and put their joystick in her. That's a discussion here that we're going to have. Curious to know what you guys think. No more wasting time.
I also feel like, though, that men collectively not only have like
Here we go.
pretty low self-esteem for the most part, or their ego is astronomical. I feel like men fixate a lot on someone's past because they feel that another man can permanently taint a woman. You don't have that power. You just don't. So it's like, again,
you don't think so? You don't think
a man cannot permanently taint me? It's just like,
not
because
you, maybe you're very a strong, independent woman, but a lot of women are they've had relationships that have completely changed their personalities, the way they trust a man, the way they.
I mean, he was quick with that pander, you know. No. I'm sorry, bro. You were quick with that pander. You didn't want the smoke from Brittany Renner.
The way they view men in general, I feel like
she even was laughing. She's like, "Oh, okay." They both were cracking. Dog, come on.
Strong, independent.
They both looked at each other.
A man cannot permanently taint me. It's just like,
not
because
you, maybe you're very a strong, independent woman, but a lot of women are very.
She's like, "What the f?" My bad. Let's keep watching.
They've had relationships that have completely changed their personalities, the way they trust a man, the way they view men in general. I feel like you can be in a messed up relationship that can really mess you up.
Right. But I think where I'm focusing on, because I think it's, I get what you're saying. You're saying that people can be jaded from whatever experiences they have. But I feel like when it comes to past and a man focusing on what happened 5 years ago or what man you slept with or what guy you were with, that is thinking when this man stuck his in her, she no longer has value. So that to me is where I challenge like that, because it's like, okay, well, who are y'all having sex with? We're the whole, but who are we all? You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where it's like, you know, yes, we're aware of double standards. We all love them when it benefits us. But the truth of the matter is, it's like, if you meet somebody that makes sense, whether they have a kid, whether they've been with someone publicly that was in the league, it's like, why miss out on the potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out? They were meant to have a kid. They moved on. It's just like I said, but
that's probably the mature mindset. No, 100%. I wish I could think like that.
Off that too, it's like why are we seen as like the baggage? You know, like why do we, when it's like a blessing?
Mama, there's a baby daddy.
And also, right, and also like I really thought, and so did my ex, we thought we were endgame, and then Zoe came before that. So honestly, it showed me that actually you are not my end game.
Yeah.
And so it's like I had to learn in a different.
I think it's the same ideology is the reason why men like some type of like purity in a woman.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. Then we'll get back to my guy right here. What you guys are looking at here, unfortunately, are simply women who can't completely be okay with their choices when they put their heads on their pillows. That is the truth. What am I talking about? You see, Brittany Renner is right about one thing. And I think a lot of women, if they understood this, it would be difficult for them to get this, but if they understood this, then they would do a lot better mentally. Both of these chicks that you guys see here are upset that the men within the NBA industry or any other industry look at them. And trust me, they've both been through this. Met men who have said, you know what, you're a pretty cool girl, but I can't wife you. Why? Because, man, this man had you. He dogged you out. And I know that guy. He's a dog. I have to look him in the eyes, and I have to put a ring on it, knowing that I am getting his sloppy seconds. Now, wait, this is where people need a bit of nuance, right? And I've said this plenty of times because people will say, well, so you're telling me that a woman loses her value once she's given herself? Yes. In the dating market, you do lose your value. But do you lose personal value? And this is where people get messed up because people only measure themselves typically within their approval of their romantic relationships. Let me give you guys an example. If I was to go through a divorce, unfortunately, and I went back into the dating market, there would be some women who'd be like, you know what, Chisha, you're handsome, you're amazing. What woman wouldn't want you? Of course, I'll take those sloppy seconds. Yeah.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
That's a fact. But then there'll also be other chicks who'll be like, nah, listen, I'm really looking for a man who doesn't have kids. And yes, my value would go down when it comes to certain women who don't want to deal with the man who have kids. And any dude who's out here telling you they could have any woman in the world, it's not true. It's not true. It's simply not true. Even Drake, yes, even Drake, Jeff Bezos, Leonardo DiCaprio, they all get turned down by somebody. My main point is if I was in that situation, I wouldn't allow any of those things to bring me down when it comes to my personal value. Why? Because I know I'll always be valuable to the people in my life, right? What I bring to my career, and most importantly, how God views me. A lot of people only have their one-way vantage point of value within the dating market. It's all that matters to them. And yes, in the dating market, you too have lost a lot of value. You're baby mamas. That's a fact. And you are tainted in that sense for life. Just like any other man who's out here impregnating this woman and that woman and this woman and that woman and this. No matter how much he may turn around and say, I've decided to be different now. That's going to follow him for life the same way it follows you. And men aren't insecure because they can't wife you up, because they know another dude has gotten you pregnant. No, it's just that those particular men that you want value women who haven't been with the men who they want to be with. And you just got to take that L.
Engaged or soon to be married men, getting a prenup doesn't have to be confusing. At fathershaverights.com, we break everything down in plain, simple English so you feel in control from day one. Here's one of our 5-star reviews from Logan. I didn't know much about prenups before, but the way everything was explained made it easy to understand. It didn't feel overwhelming or super legal heavy. It was just real advice that actually made sense. I feel way more secure going into marriage now. Grab the guide for the price of a couple of dinner dates by clicking the pinned link in the comments and join the hundreds of future husbands securing their marriages the right way.
Now, we all know Brittany Renner is a lot more disgruntled. I don't know this chick's situation here, but we all know Brittany Renner is a lot more disgruntled because she's out here fighting her baby daddy on camera and didn't like the deal that she got for being a baby mama to an NBA player.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third.
Bro, this is such the craziest shit to me when I saw this. I actually couldn't talk about this when it first came out because I was busy. But I saw this and I said, this is so crazy. Does Brittany Renner think people don't have children and they're stupid? That we don't know the kids will cry over anything? And she's trying to paint this picture that, oh, he hates his dad and this, and that. Listen, me and my wife met one of my wife's old friends and we were just chilling and she was meeting our son for the first time. He just turned 1. Shout out to Chisha the 4th. If you guys didn't know, I'm a 3rd, right? And she's hanging out with him and she finally is holding him. By the way, never had really held him before this. And it's time to leave. My wife's taking him away. He starts crying. What's that mean? That we're treating our son terribly? Come on, man. Come on.
This is the third time he's done it.
This is the third time he's done it.
So actually show up and do something then with him.
Oh, shoot.
Because he does this every time. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babysit.
The story I just told you guys shocked us so much because we were looking at this. We're like, why is he acting? It was like the first time we've ever seen him reacting that way with a stranger. I've seen it when my wife leaves or with other family members, but with a stranger, I was like, this is crazy.
You gonna give him his bag and stuff? That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he cries, we're gonna record that. And it's what it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear you say it again.
Suck my.
If you had one, maybe I would.
Pussy,
You looking at? Get your.
It's crazy to like be out here talking about if you had one, maybe I would, when we all know you already did. I can't imagine what it's like to be a baby mama and like be beefing with a man who you were literally sucking off. Most likely, make better choices. Make better.
Out my driveway.
You don't pay for shit.
You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your, with $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 in your son's bank account, but $170 for that. Get out the car. Get out the car. Get out the car. Come on.
Boy.
But women don't really like that in men. Like the girls that a lot of dudes go for is like someone who hasn't done everything in the book and like been around the world and seen everything there is to see and done
He's like, Brittany, that's you I'm talking about.
everything. Like they like to bring like a new experience to a woman, and I feel like women are the opposite.
I know
they
she's
want
about
a
to
dude
go
who
off.
has done his thing, can show him, put him on new things. I feel like it's the same ideology. I feel like men and women are wired different. But putting myself in y'all's shoes, the double standards would get irritating. The fact that we think that we can just have a crazy past and have a million bodies in our past.
A billion bodies. A million's generous.
But
A
then
billion.
we'll be tripping about if a girl we like has however many bodies. My question is, does that matter at all to you guys? Does past matter like at all?
That's hard because I feel like there's a part of me that's like, get it out of your system. I don't care what happened before me as long as it's not happening when I'm with you and after. Mm-hmm. But also, like, to some extent, because who are you exchanging energy with? Right. Like how
those
how
are real soul ties. That's a real thing. Yeah. When you talk about baggage, like I believe in that. I believe that all these people that you've been with you can bring that into the next situation.
You can also cut the cord as well. But
absolutely. Yeah. So
I don't know how much of this podcast I could take. Soul ties. I don't know, man.
For me, it's like, so how accessible are you? Because then that changes things. Like, are you really picky with who you're exchanging energy with? That to me is important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 33 years old. I'm not having a conversation about like body count. Like in my mind, that's not like something I'm ever bringing up. I just don't care. Again, like every step that you have taken to arrive here, it's written. So for me to like get caught up on all these insignificant really details, like I'm more concerned about, do I like you as a person? Do I like who I am when I'm with you? Can I be more of myself with this guy? These are the three questions that mean the most to me. So all that body count and all that other stuff before, to me it's just like, yes, like it's very talked about in pods, but it's like, how are we moving this conversation forward in like a productive way? Because it's like, okay, I don't want a girl who's been with a bunch of guys. Okay, well, I don't want a guy who's been with a bunch of. Great, now where do we go from here? You guys, we want somebody pure. Okay, but you're not. You're asking for something that you're not. Like
100%.
Like, are you waiting? Have you waited till you are married, or
no? That's what I'm saying. I think it is.
So you're not really pure either. You see what I'm saying?
I think it is a double standard. Like dudes really have a double standard on that. I'm not saying a double standard is right. I think that I'm not saying it's right. I just think it exists.
My opinion, and many of you guys have probably watched me grow in this opinion. As I get older, I'm of the opinion that sleeping around for men, even though it does not damage them as much as it does women, is not healthy for them either. All right, that's my stance. Because many of these guys, whether it's PJ or name your favorite NFL, NBA player who's out here getting these chicks pregnant, are destroying their lives. And we will see this as time goes on. Real fun right now, but the pain is almost equivalent. And these are men who have the money to support these children that they're making outside of wedlock for now, right? Never mind the STDs and STIs and who knows what's going on. Protect yourself. And at this point, I'm okay being that one person who encourages young men or grown men to bust less cheeks, right? Let's check out a few of these comments. I'm curious to see what the people have to say. Top Comedy says this episode is just 3 people lying for an hour. This says, I'm dying, bro. Yo. Another person who says 2 of the most elite female finessers the NBA has ever seen. Is the other chick an elite female finesser as well? I don't really know her as well. Somebody else who says Brittany is full of contradictions. She started by saying people shouldn't judge each other's past, that everything that has to happen because it is written. Then later on says the person's past is a greater predictor of who a person is currently. Then concluded her journey with Islam and turning down the imam's sexual advances because she was purifying. Purifying from what? If your past was written. Your future? LOL. Yeah, that is kind of interesting, right? Life. Somebody else who says, bro is out here capping to keep the doors open. Man, is that true? Is that true? I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of people don't think, a lot of people, okay, at least I don't think a lot of people believe someone like myself when I say this, but I see the Brittany Renners and women who've been passed around, and I just don't see how a man could follow up with that and want to be with that and sleep with that. It's not me saying they're worth this. I wouldn't look twice at. No. I'm just saying, at some point, after you've seen someone's past, aren't you turned off? Another person who says PJ Washington got himself a headache having her as a baby mama. Of course, what do you guys think?
Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.